the Hilton, you either have to carry mace, a whistle, or something else, and if you did, yeah, that's right. And if you do, I don't know who the hell's going to hear you because there's no cops around. And another thing, as we walk by this building next door, you have to dive because bricks are coming down at you. And you don't know who's hiding in that building and coming out and going to jump you. We've had 2 people in the last couple of years jump. They were men, and one was hurt badly, and the other one was hurt also. They were jumped, coming from the Hilton to here, because those lights, I went out in the hall and talked to the senator. He says, tell Susan.
Okay.
I know it's Atlantic City's problem, but he says, tell you.
Okay.
I hate to tell you, but it's your, he passed the buck.
That's got to be dealt with. We have to have people living here or even further down beach being comfortable on a beautiful night to go walk up to the Hilton and have a great time. So
it's very dangerous. Do you know when this lighting will be put up there? I know it's not your problem, it's the city. And the city should get off its butt and do something about it.
Why don't they put a temporary light? Temporary lights on for these people so that they will be attacked.
Certainly, we can take a look at that. I know that the lighting for the part of the boardwalk we already funded, that will begin being installed in June, late June. So I made a
this part
commitment
of it?
For the Albany over to New Jersey.
No,
for
we're
that
talking
portion.
about
I understand.
No, we're talking about Enclave, the health that she's
I
talking
understand.
about.
So I will go back and we will talk with Atlantic Electric about the cost for that section.
And there's a lot of children who come up over the avenue after dark on the boardwalk to dress, and there are no lights.
And they promised March, excuse me, but they promised March they were going to do something. By the end of March, Cox told us. I was in Cox's office with Jack, and we had a meeting with him, and he said they were going to do something. Am I correct, Jack? Yeah. And they, you know what happened? Zero.
Okay. Well, I will follow up with Anthony this week and see if he hit a wall and an obstacle that we can help clear. Okay.
Getting back to this project the gentleman before me was talking about, this building in the back, Cedar, whatever it is, the old chunk. It has a, I don't know whether it's an air conditioner or what, but every time there's a windstorm, this thing goes flip, flap, flip, flap. and you can hear it banging all night long. Thank you.
Get over there and
Jack
fix it.
From the Enclave.
Get over there and
that's the
fix
door
it.
banging back and forth. They don't lock the door on a roof. That's what's banging back and forth. So they should be notified. Now, in reference to eminent domain, now, you said that you could use it, CRDA could use this if they wanted to. Okay, I just want to clarify that,
Yes.
because you could get a developer to pay to knock the building down and develop the site if you wanted to.
Right. If we have a project
Right.
that's moving forward, then I can apply eminent domain for purposes of a project.
Okay, but so far we're going to have plenty of money in CRDA to
Look at demolition. We're going to
Look at demolition.
We're going to go through the demolition route first, and if for some reason there's obstacles, then we're going to have to be more aggressive.
Okay, now the press has been very helpful in making the people aware of many things in Atlantic City. And they had June 11th, 2010, of the Atlantic City blighted buildings. And I see we have someone from the press here. And if she could follow up, or somebody on your staff could follow up on this, you could take a look at this, please, and see the buildings that are on there.
We know we're there.
You know they're there, okay. I would like to have someone do a follow-up to put a little pressure on these owners of these buildings.
And actually, when we brought to our board the ability to do another $1 million in demolition, we said the first cut would be to look at that top 10 eyesores list, and then to develop the next run in the pipeline.
Okay, and I see there was an article here, homeless don't fit in a tourist district, which You know, I'm sure we all agree with that. But the problem is, a lot of police don't really, officers don't want to go under the boardwalk to get them. Now, when I was in Vietnam, I didn't want to be a tunnel rat, even though I was in the infantry. I would suggest if you talk to the police chief and have a special group, volunteers in the force, the police force, who would want to do this. You know, it's quite interesting.
There is a coordinated sweep of the homeless happening very soon.
Okay, that's very good. Just one more thing. Is Credo working with Sharon Gordon on the AC airport improvement? Have anybody in town been working on that with Susan Gordon?
Sharon Gordon, we've put $4 million into the new FIS, the Federal Inspection Services Facility, which gets the airport ready for international travel. We've also paid, I think it was another $4 million for an airport ramp improvement.
Okay, very good, thank you. Well, from what I can see, everything in the city is positive and really going forward, which is a great thing. I can notice that, and I'm sure many people here can also. So thank you, Susan, for your answer.
Jack Turner, I'm president of the Berkeley. Just had one question. There hasn't been much talking about funding. Where is the money coming from? I realize CRDA gets funded by the casinos, which get less and less money each year. Atlantic City has very high taxes. What's the mix? In other words, are taxes going to go up? All the money's coming, this is a freebie for us?
There are no fees from the residents to support the casino or the tourism district. And we have no control over the taxes, so whatever happens with the taxes, I'm sure your councilman...
Well, you're going to be taking over certain city functions,
no,
correct?
Only planning and zoning, and that, that does not come from you as a taxpayer.
So you're not going to rip down any buildings, the city will do that?
Yes.
Will you be able to mandate the city to do certain things?
No.
Like lighting, like
No.
you just said?
No, this is all about collaboration, where we, I look at problem solving.
Right.
We can know of problems ourselves, the city can know of problems, we can sit at the same table and say, how do we get this resolved? Because again, we don't have a lot of money, to be honest with you. I mean, we have,
and it's getting less each year.
Right now we get about $45 million a year from the casino industry, and that spreads statewide, which includes Atlantic City. And as I said, the governor and the legislature said your priority is Atlantic City. So to the extent that we can get that $4 million working, and in some ways we might be able to be sort of strategic in leveraging that with some bonds and getting that money to grow through some bond issuances. The resources that we will have financially come from the $45 million from the casino industry, the SID assessment, which right now is about $4 million, but it will grow because we're making that district bigger, and it's going to include the Marina district. So that will probably won't double, but it might be towards $6 or $7 million with expanding the district. The ACCDA is funded through the luxury tax, and then the casino industry, per the legislation, is obligated to support the marketing function.
Okay. Thank you very much.
One question, real quick. This is about contact.
No.
How we can
Sorry.
contact her.
Well, what we'll do is you can say after, and we'll answer questions, okay? And I apologize, but they were the rules, so we're following the rules. With that, I want to thank Walt. Walt is the manager of the Enclave. He did a fantastic job. I'm very impressed. Great job. The other thing we want to thank Susan. Susan is a friend of ours. She did a wonderful presentation. The two dates that we have to remember is the 12th and the 19th. We need to work with your managers. We'll turn out. Jack, the Berkeley, we need a bigger, where you at, Jack? Oh, I'm sorry. Jack, we need a bigger turnout from the Berkeley. I talked to Anthony. First of all, thank you, though. But we need a bigger turnout from the Warwick. We need a larger turnout from the Warwick. The Plaza, Claude, you did a great job. The plaza's always there. The Enclave did a nice job. Rosemont Place, where you guys at?